Yo, what it do, YouTube guys? So this morning, I was enjoying a very nice breakfast here in Bangkok, Thailand, and I was feeling super grateful, to be able to take this sort of vacation. And then I was doing some thinking. I was like, what were the series of events? What were the steps, right? The turning points that would allow me to be here. And I came up with three, right? Number one was when I decided to pursue an MBA. I was working at Chase, right, as a personal banker. So a personal banker is essentially the person that opens up the checking accounts and the credit cards when you walk into the branches. So I was working as a personal banker in Manhattan, and during that time, I would meet a lot of finance professionals that were making six figures. And I was like, what do I got to do to make that sort of money, right? And so through speaking with these individuals, I started to notice that what they all had in common was that they had an MBA. So I started to do a lot of research, and eventually I would decide to pursue an MBA in finance, right? So I took the GMAT, I wrote my essays. I went through the application process for a number of schools. And eventually I would get admitted to Baruch College. Go Baruch. And over 2 years, I would sit in classrooms with people from Harvard, Columbia, Wharton, Penn, Yale, Carnegie Mellon, Stern, like all these top business schools, people that had worked at JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Macy's, the list goes on. So I was in a room with some really elite people, and it was, during these 2 years where I feel like I developed the mental capacity, right? The brain power, right? That would eventually, once I got my opportunity, right? That would eventually allow me to stand apart, right, from my competition. So it was these 2 to 3 years, right, when I was applying to business school and when I was in business school that would lay the foundation for me being here today. Okay, so business school, learning, developing my brain power, right? That was really number one. And then number two, while I was in business school, I was trying to develop as many relationships as I could, right? And there was this one gentleman by the name of Derek, that would eventually get a job in the industry or the section of finance where I work today. And he got, he started to do this work, and, he was telling me about, the sort of money that he was making. And I was like, man, I'm like, can you get me in? And I was like bugging this guy, and I was all over him, like trying to, get him to refer me. And he's a great guy, so he would eventually refer me. But, I wouldn't get a call, And then I kept bugging him. I kept nurturing, our relationship. And a couple years later, he would refer me again, and I wouldn't get a phone call again, right? And it wasn't until really the third time, when he was now a team lead, right, in that area of finance, right, where his recommendations now had some real weight, right, where he recommended me a third time, and this time I got a phone call, and this time I would finally get in. So networking, meeting Derek, and nurturing that relationship, even when, I was disappointed when I didn't get phone calls or when things didn't go my way, but I kept nurturing that relationship. That was really another, turning point, because, getting into the area of finance where I'm at now would allow me the opportunity to make six figures, right? And so, guys, if you can make six figures, I think it's a great goal. Your ability to pay off debt, to save money greatly increases. So I would encourage you, right, if you don't have it as a goal, to make it a goal, to earn six figures or more, because so long as you don't have a big family, maybe if it's just you, a wife, and a son or daughter, six figures is probably going to be, plenty of money for you to make some nice financial progress. So that is that. All right, so networking, building that relationship with Derek, right? I spoke with so many people. It was really one person that made a big difference. So that was, the second turning point, or the second event, that contributed, to me being here today, right? And then number three, and I talk about this in all the videos, right, is really investing in ourselves, or having a growth mindset, right? And I think, ever since I was a kid, I've always been looking to learn, grow, mature, understand things a little more deeply. And so, I think having a growth mindset is really the third factor, that placed me here. And so, I figured that I would share those with you guys. It doesn't matter where you are in life. I think that if you want something really, really, really bad, I think it's completely within your power to achieve it. I think it's a matter of putting in the work, being patient, very persistent, consistent over time. And I think eventually things work out for those people that deserve it. And so I think as part of that process is, if you can make it a goal for yourself to earn six figures, right? To earn $100,000 or more, I think it's a great goal to have, because you will realize that your ability to, save money and pay down debt and do some, and to move forward financially really starts to, accelerate. And so guys, can't see me anymore. And so guys, definitely, let's think. There it is. And so guys, definitely make it a point to earn six figures. All right, well, I'll leave it there for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go down there, click the like button. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, any stories that you'd like to share with me or the community, leave it in the comments below. It would be awesome to hear from you. If you want to see more of these sorts of videos, subscribe. But till next time, guys, remember, spend less than you earn, save your money, pay down your debt, make sound investments. But most importantly, guys, invest in yourself. I will talk to you guys next time.